If you want to stop drinking, then it's important that you've got a plan and you have some kind of structure and process that you can follow to get you to the goal that you're looking to achieve. And if stopping drinking is what you want to do, you're absolutely in the right place. I'm Simon Chappell. I'm the Quit Alcohol Coach, and I help people stop drinking from all around the world. I've written 2 books, How to Quit Alcohol in 50 Days and The Sober Survival Guide. I run this incredible YouTube channel, and we have new videos every Tuesday and every Thursday that help people who want to stop drinking, maybe people just like you. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss another video. Hit the bell icon when you subscribe, and you'll even get notified when new ones are released. And I also run a members only stop drinking program, which includes live coaching, an incredible online course, and an amazing members community and Facebook group. The website address is on the screen. You can try that free for 14 days if it sounds like something that might appeal to you. But I want to get started and give you 5 ways where you can stop drinking easily. And if you follow these 5 steps and you immerse yourself in the process, you're going to find yourself a long, long way towards being alcohol free. Now, the first way to stop drinking, especially if you're doing it on your own, is to start learning and educating yourself. The fact that you're watching this video tells me that you've become aware that there's an issue to be sorted out. You've probably got some kind of inner debate going on in your mind. Your subconscious mind is probably telling you that it's fine to carry on drinking. You don't drink as much as your friends, so everything's okay. Whereas your conscious mind is trying to protect you and telling you that your drinking is a problem. It's time to cut back, or it's time to stop. And the two are having a huge argument inside your head, and it can feel painful. This is the stage of awareness. You've become aware of the issue, and you want to end that internal conflict as soon as possible. The only way to end that internal conflict, it's not to drink more to numb the thoughts, it's to educate yourself. The more you educate yourself, the more your subconscious mind gets on the same page, and it starts to believe that the idea of stopping drinking is absolutely the right path to take. When the two sides agree with each other, the conflict ends. They stop debating because harmony exists in your mind. Peace reigns and silence exists, and you can go on to be happy and joyful. It means that you don't need willpower. You don't need to just grit your teeth and get on with it. But if you don't put in the work around learning and educating yourself, then you can find it a real struggle. Willpower is like a muscle. Imagine if I asked you to hold a heavy weight above your head for the next 7 days. After a few hours, it's going to start feeling really, really heavy. And probably before you even got to a few hours, you're going to have put the weight down. Your willpower is going to run out. And that's what happens with willpower and alcohol. Just gritting your teeth and hanging on in there will only last so long. Can you think of a time in your life when you've used willpower to do something? How did it work out? For me, there's many occasions where I've tried to use willpower and it doesn't normally work. But when I have the right mindset and I've looked at my beliefs and maybe reframed some of my beliefs so that they completely reflect the truth, I get a different outcome. So much of this is about education and working on getting the right mindset. The more motivated and excited we become about living an alcohol-free life, feeling empowered, and knowing that this is a lifestyle choice, something that's going to make our life better, not worse, the more we're going to immerse ourselves in this incredible, powerful journey. The second way that you can stop drinking easily just by following these steps is to find a role model. Find somebody that you aspire to become. When I first wanted to quit drinking, I found people in some of the coaching groups online, some of the sobriety communities who'd been sober for well over a year. And I thought these people were superheroes. I'm not going to name names. And in fact, some of them are superheroes. I wanted to be just like them, and I started to learn from them. I managed to connect with a couple of them, and they took me under their wing. They were happy to share advice and to give me tips. And most people in the alcohol-free community are more than willing to do that. So try and align yourself with people who are where you want to be. Maybe people who are in the same area as you, people who share the same interests as you, whatever you feel is right, but put some time into finding the right role model and start learning from them. Don't be afraid to reach out to them, to ask them questions. And before you know it, you're going to be getting personalized recommendations. You're going to feel truly supported. You're going to have somebody who wants you to succeed on your side. But if you don't put the effort into that, it's never going to happen. So there is part of this that's about you putting one foot in front of the other, being proactive, making an effort, reaching out to people. But do find your role model. Who is it that you aspire to be? Who is it who is where you want to be? Who's there right now that you want to be like? Connect with that person, reach out to them, brighten up their day by sending them a message and telling them how much you admire them and respect what they've done, and ask them any questions or concerns you've got about your own journey to quitting drinking. The third tip is along the same lines. If you want to stop drinking, it's essential that you have a tribe. Now, I don't mean go and live in the jungle or the Amazon rainforest. I mean a tribe of people who share the same common goal, who are on the same journey as you, people who understand what it's like to quit drinking, what it's like to be free from alcohol, people who get you and people who will become your friends. Having a tribe is absolutely vital. For me, it was one of the biggest tools that helped me get to a place where I could successfully stop drinking. It made me feel part of something bigger than just me. It made me realize that I wasn't on my own with the challenges that I was facing. And it helped me connect with people who had answers to questions that I was really struggling with. People made recommendations around books, programs, podcasts. They signposted me to things that I needed when I was able to reach out. Facebook is a great place to find communities of people who are on the same journey. I run the Be Sober Facebook community, which has got almost 20,000 members. My members program is an amazing place for anyone who wants to stop drinking. There's only 300 members in the Facebook group. It's an intimate community where everyone looks out for each other. So either of those would be a great place to start, finding a tribe and also finding people that you aspire to be like. So take a look. Again, it needs you to be proactive. You need to get out there and put one foot in front of the other. Now, I firmly believe that without my sober toolbox, I would have struggled to have stopped drinking. So make sure you have a sober toolbox. Now, you can't buy a sober toolbox in a DIY or hardware store. You need to make your own sober toolbox. And a sober toolbox is something that will enable you to move forward on your journey to stop drinking with much more ease. These are the tools that are going to support you. So it might be things like books or your day-to-day education through podcasts or online programs like my own, but equally things that will help you navigate the challenges that come up. For example, if you experience a strong craving, you might have a technique in your toolbox for meditating or for breathing or for taking a time out and pausing in a particular situation if you have an uncomfortable thought come to mind. These are the tools that we learn through educating ourselves. Some of the tools will work perfectly for you. Other ones won't feel like such a good fit, which is why it's essential to educate yourself when you want to stop drinking so that you can work out which tools are going to serve you and which ones to discard. Put the ones that are going to work well for you in your toolbox and make sure you test them before you need to use them in the real world. There's tools for everything: managing anxious thoughts, managing depressing thoughts, making yourself feel more happy, connecting with your feelings and emotions, managing cravings, learning how to navigate every aspect of life without alcohol in it. My YouTube channel is packed with tools that you can use, that you can bring into your life. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the videos, and look through the archives. You're sure to find things that you can put into your sober toolbox right now, particularly around managing cravings and managing anxiety. So make sure you've got a sober toolbox, and make sure you fill it to the brim with the things that actually work for you. The fifth thing you're going to need if you want to stop drinking easily is somebody who acts as a mentor or a coach. Now, that might be a one-to-one stop drinking coach. You can find stop drinking coaches on my website. And from time to time, I even have capacity to do one-to-one coaching, although I only work with a limited number of people at any one time. I also run regular boot camps where I work with small groups of people and coach them directly over 2 back-to-back half days. It's an incredibly intense, powerful experience. So if that sounds like something that would work for you, absolutely check it out on my website. But finding a program or some kind of free resource where you've got a coach who feels like they're speaking your language, who's giving you guidance and tips and helping you navigate the landscape of life without alcohol is absolutely critical. So as well as finding people you aspire to be, make sure that you've got your coach, your mentor, who's going to take you forward on this journey. You wouldn't learn a new skill such as playing the violin or learning how to speak a new language without some form of coaching or training. Quitting alcohol is exactly like learning a new skill. Getting yourself a coach and having some form of training is going to set you up for success when you stop drinking. My members only program has at least 3 live coaching sessions every single week. So that might be something that will work for you. You get 14 days free when you join at joinbesober.com. You can check that out right now if it sounds like something that would appeal to you. So there's 5 ways that you can immerse yourself in the process of stopping drinking. You can get started straight away. And my hope is that you'll find it easier than you thought. When we're in that place where we're still drinking, knowing that we want to make a change, it can feel incredibly hard. For me, the thought of not drinking, even for just one day, used to fill me with dread. I drunk every day for over 20 years, usually 2 or 3 bottles of red wine every single day. So the thought of not having wine, which had become my mental health comfort blanket, filled me with fear. And the only antidote for fear is courage. I needed to step forward. I needed to start learning, journaling, using all the tools, connecting with people, reaching out to people who were where I wanted to be. And most of all, I needed somebody who was going to act as my guide on this journey. And I did all of those things. I soaked up all the information. I read books, I listened to podcasts, I watched videos just like this one. And I kept learning every single day. I kept showing up and putting the work in. And slowly I started to notice that change was happening. My mindset started to shift. My belief system changed. I started to believe that I could do this. Not only I could do this, I wanted to do this. Sure, I could drink any time, but I don't want to. And that's the shift. That's not willpower. That's a decision, because I know that I live my best life when alcohol isn't in it.